Oh yeah, welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how we do in this Panic Room, you know what I'm saying? We act the fool, we have a good time, we educate, we learn, we laugh, we do it all, you know what I'm saying? All right, so again, thank y'all for watching it. Another episode. As you know how I start off, I read the comments from you guys. You know, my crew gets the comments. I don't know what the comments say yet, and I, gotta read them. So let's see what y'all been talking about, lately in the comments. All right, so this is from my man Clifton Powell. Remember Clifton Powell? My man Clifton Powell from Washington, D.C., my main man. All right, Nana Yo Business. Oh, Nana Yo Business said, Pierre, I love you, my brother, for keeping it real the way real, keeping being you 100%. All right, maybe I can't read. Okay, let me do this again. Okay, Pierre, I love you, my brother, for keeping it all the way real. Keep being you 100%. I appreciate it, Nana Yo Business, man. I appreciate that. Good looking out. That's some love right there. All right, this one is from the Life Jennings one. Jersey King 321 says, Pierre, what deal you turned down with Sony, bruh? Stop lying. Oh, come on, man. Why I got to be lying? You a hater, man. Whoever you are, Jersey King, you the queen. Jersey Queen, that's what you are. You sound like a female. Talking about what deal I turned down a deal. $225,000 deal. I thought I deserved more. And they decided I deserved to get the hell out of the office. So that didn't work out the way I thought it was gonna work out. Sometimes you ask for more money, they give you that more foot. Get out of here with that. All right, this is for the when we did the two strippers, Star Candy and Cookie. Booker T says, Pierre, don't lie to that woman. Tell her, tell her she in her prime. What? Oh, hold on. Pierre, don't lie to that woman. Tell her she in quote unquote her prime. Shaking my head. Oh, I told her she was in her prime, so you saying she wasn't in her prime. Nah, man, I think, hey, they are in the prime to me. Maybe you might not, Booker T. Booker T's like an old country ass nigga, too. I don't know what the hell, Booker T, nigga? They still calling people Booker T, nigga? Okay. All right, no. Yo, I'm excited, man. My next guest, I've seen him all over the press for the last, 20, 30 years, man. Him and 4 of his friends got wrongly convicted on something and showed how the judicial system is foul, how the police are foul, the whole situation, newspapers foul, just people, man, and it galvanized the country and showed who was on one side and the other, man. It was really interesting. I was a young buck at the time, man, so I remember it happening. We're gonna have to sit down with him and have a nice little discussion with him. I'm excited to have him here. I appreciate him coming through, man. It's gonna elevate my show to more of a mature thing. Well, you know me, I'm still be a fool with it, but I do. But we're gonna give it up for the one and only, y'all know him. Please give a big round of applause for Mr. Raymond Santana, AKA Delicious' husband. All right. I can't remember. No, boy, I can't remember. That part is the main part right there. Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about. No, man, it seems like you hit the lottery twice, brother.
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Man.
I can't complain.
I know you can't. Why would you, brother? Why would you? Well, yeah. You know what? You can complain about what happened, but now, since you're living in a really beautiful situation, man.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm gonna sit here and talk to you. First of all, I heard you was a cool guy. Let me tell you, everyone I talked to said, man, he's so cool. You can pull up closer. You want there. Everyone's like, man, he's so cool, down to earth. I was like, what? I really haven't followed you after the scenario, to be honest with you. I know I've seen couples retreat, a little bit, couples therapy. Is it,
couples retreat, yeah.
And I saw that a little bit of that, but everyone I talked to said, man, he's a down-to-earth, cool guy. And I was like, wow, some people could be better after all that situation, could come out really, really mad. So let me go back from it for those who don't know. I know there shouldn't be but one person in the whole wide world who shouldn't know, probably somebody white that don't know, but everybody black, remember what happened. It happened, the situation basically happened in April, I think March.
April 19, 1989.
Right, okay. So let's go back before that. So you grew up in the Bronx, right?
Born in Harlem, grew up a little bit in the Bronx, and then moved back to Harlem.
Okay, in Harlem, okay.
So I get my toughness from the Bronx and my hustle from Harlem.
Is that what it is?
Yes,
is that what it is? All right, let me ask you, because around that time, how was it growing up as a young person in New York, in the night, because it's the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 80s. Yeah. How was it growing up in the 80s, man? It's a different time.
No, definitely different time, especially moving from the Bronx back to Harlem.
Is there a big difference between them two?
Big difference.
Bronx has more Puerto Ricans. Is that what it is?
No, I just think Harlem is more fast paced. Everything moves a little quicker.
Okay.
Fashion, people,
language. Right.
So when I moved to Harlem, it was like a culture shock.
And how old was you when you moved to Harlem?
13.
Oh, you were 13.
Yeah.
Okay, in the Bronx though, You're Puerto Rican. Are you mixed?
Puerto Rican.
Right,
yeah.
Puerto Rican. Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't no mix, just Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Well, my mama black, so
Okay,
you know.
well, okay,
but
okay.
you know, in the hood, we like.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, we all the same.
Okay, this is what it is. Yeah, you ain't white. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, I don't care what y'all say in the comment. I ain't white. Okay, he ain't white. Okay.
Nah, not at all.
All right. So being that you had an average growing up. You know, I know your mother and father together while you was growing up like that.
Separated. Middle family household. My dad worked in the same job for 44 years.
Okay.
He was a nurse's aide at the hospital.
Okay.
My mama was a housewife. So middle class family.
So okay. So and you grew up in New York when hip hop was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I'm an East Coast brother,
Yeah.
and I love East Coast hip hop. No disrespect to West Coast. I moved to the LA in the '90s, so I like the '90s stuff too. But I was birthed with the hip hop of New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From
Yeah.
DC, so close. Who were some of the people you liked growing up, hip hop artists when you were a kid?
I mean, my top 5 is KRS-One,
Okay.
Big Daddy Kane,
Right.
Rakim,
Right. Wow.
LL Cool J,
Right.
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick. Okay.
Six Man is Coogee Rap.
Cool. Okay. He was definitely underrated. He
Yeah.
killed the symphony.
Yeah, of course.
Killed it. Okay, the symphony.
Yeah.
For those who look up symphony for some
Yeah.
young guys. A Marley Marl cut. So you growing up around that time. You had a pretty much normal. You didn't really get in a lot of trouble when you was a kid, right?
Never.
Right. Then you started hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
As you got when you moved to Harlem.
Moved back to Harlem. Yeah.
Right. You started hanging out. And would you say your friends were, I grew up around dudes that if shit popped off, they jumped into it, but we didn't really start stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You always got some of those. You got some of those in your friends.
In your crew, right?
Yeah, in your crew.
In your crew,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So let's move to the part of the night that they decided to hang out. Mm-hmm. They hollered at you, said, "Come on, let's hang out."
Yeah. Well, what happened was we were supposed to go over to the Schomburg houses because
And Schomburg House is what, for those who don't know?
Schomburg is where Yusuf, Corey, and Kevin lived at.
Okay.
Right. It's directly like on 110th Street, across the street from the park.
Right. Sure.
So we was going to hang out over there because there was a party over there.
Okay.
Being from Harlem, they had some pretty girls over there, so we go over there try to bag their girls.
Right.
So that was my reason for going over there. But I went over there with a crew of dudes. And so when we get there, the Schomburg guys, they out in front of their complex, and there's a bunch of them.
Right.
So we have mutual friends within the group.
Okay.
I didn't know Kevin, I didn't know Yusuf, I didn't know Corey, I didn't know Antron.
Okay.
Right. So I wanted being over there because I was there with some friends.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and this is not a disrespectful thing to say, but you're not a tough guy. You weren't like a tough fighter.
Nah.
Right. I
Nah.
can say, you was a guy who wanted to hang out with the rest of your friends.
I was 14 years old, man.
Right,
Soaking wet, 90 pounds.
I know some reckless niggas at 14. I'm from D.C. I don't even carry that pistol at 13, 14 years old. Okay? So I know some reckless kids. But you wasn't, I didn't feel like you was that type of person.
No, we wasn't starting stuff like that.
Right, you didn't start stuff. It seemed like you just got swept into a movement of stuff, as some young kids do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, being from the Bronx, because I grew up in the Bronx before I moved back to Harlem. Mm-hmm. I never really was in Central Park, besides Fifth Avenue when you had the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Okay.
But to actually maneuver in the park, I didn't know.
Right,
so now to be in there with my friends and it's dark.
Right, sure. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? For a long time, I used to go to New York. I thought Central Park was a small park, like a little regular park.
Yeah.
Until people don't realize Central Park is like, what, 10, 20 blocks, 15 blocks?
More than that. It goes from 59th all the way to like 110th Street.
Yeah, they have a police station in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of stuff up in there.
They got a whole zoo in there.
Yeah, a zoo, exactly.
Yeah, they got a zoo in there.
I didn't know. I thought it was a little ass park, parks you see in your neighborhoods and stuff. And then one time I went to New York, I said, let me go to the park. And I'm like, I'm going to walk through the park. Shit.
Yeah.
I walked about 4 blocks. Like, you know what?
Turn my ass back around.
Exactly. This park is further. Got some more to go in this park.
Yeah.
All right. So I get it, being young and hanging out, because actually, let me tell you a quick story. I did the same thing. I used to hang with some funny, from a couple of my friends, but we had a couple dudes in the crew that acted a fool. And I remember one night we were at a place called Haynes Point, for people in D.C. that know that, and we got into a scuffle with some dudes, jumped them and fought and all this kind of stuff. And one of them got injured really bad, and they were calling people in, the police and stuff, because they got our license and stuff. And everybody, then we get to the point where I wasn't with you, nigga. Don't say my name, nigga. I wasn't with you. We was all in the same car, nigga. And nigga said he drove by himself and shit. We had 5 people in his car. Well, I was down there by myself, in my big ass father's car and shit, So I can see the getting swept up in it, because I wasn't no killer. I ain't no fighter. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been shot 3 times. And it's funny when I tell people I've been shot 3 times, they're like, man, you was gangster? Like, no, the nigga shot me was gangster, nigga. I'm the one running, okay? I wasn't gangster.
Trying to get away
shot.
from
Hell yeah.
That's right.
So I kind of felt a kinship when I saw the interview that, no, this dude ain't really that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could feel that it wasn't that you, because some of the stuff you said, you watched, you saw, you boom, boom. And I could feel the spirit in when people talking.
Yeah.
So, okay, so when the incident happened, and let me tell you, how the incident happened. You got called in, and interrogated. And you told your story, and I could see the way they were trying to be really detailed. I could understand about what happened. Did you see the penis go in and out and all this kind of crazy stuff? I was like, damn, you asked a 14-year-old that? But I could see if someone's thinking something's happening. Now, when the video we saw was after you had been interrogated beforehand.
Yeah, for 50, it's estimated we was in those interrogations for 15 to 30 hours.
Now, some people I have who are conspiracy theorists, they feel like you had to do it because y'all had the same story. But couldn't they tell y'all to tell the same story?
No, because what happened was that when you look at those statements, they all tell 5 different stories. Nobody tells the same story because nobody has the facts. At the same time that we're being interrogated, there's a set of detectives that's still, along with the lead investigator, which is Linda Fasting, they're still gathering information. So they're giving back the facts that they perceive to be facts. So they don't really know. So when the joggers found at 2 a.m,
right,
and we're being questioned, they're still out there gathering information. And then in the same breath, the lead investigator, which is in the first thing, she's feeding the information to the newspapers.
Wow! And then once they get it, it's what it is.
So now everything that they're putting out there becomes facts to them, but it's not really facts. So when it gets to us, it's just about, well, what did you see? But they don't really know either. So they don't really know either. So as I'm lying, I can't really tell you what the story is because I'm 14 years old.
Right.
So he has to help me.
Right. Okay,
he has to give me what he perceives to be the facts.
Wow. Because when I was listening to it, first of all, how did you feel with your father being right there? Were you scared for your father going to do something to you when you got home?
Well, what people don't know about that is that there's a part in that videotape where my father is not shown before that, where he does say something. Because before the actual videotape, you have to read the statement.
Okay.
And it's the first time that my father hears it. So when he says, he gets startled, he says, that happened, I don't want to lie. At this point, I'm like, this is my dad. I can't lie to him. I can't tell him no. But I'm already thinking I'm already cooperating with the police.
That's a bad place to be in as a young boy.
Bad place to be in as a young boy. So I'm telling my dad to chill, but my dad is like, this is what happened. And so when he starts to voice and start to be a dad, the police get on him and they belittle him to a point where he shrivels up.
Right.
My dad had a 10th grade education, worked all his life, never had no dealings with the law.
Right.
So he went into this just as blind as I was.
Boy, some dirty motherfuckers. Boy.
Exactly.
God, man, it's dirty.
So now when the video is on, he's sitting there.
Right, I saw that.
And he's just as stuck as I am because they done rattled him up.
Right. Well, as I was listening to the story, your testimony, not a testimony, what do you call
Story's fine.
What do you call when you talking about it? Here come the comments, nigga. Don't you know what the hell they? Okay, the interrogation that you were going through. Do you feel like you seem pretty well? Like, did you tell the truth of? I didn't say truth. No, the truth. Like what really happened up until that. Then you told what they told you to, and then the end of it, because it sounded the whole story made sense.
The story goes. I tell them what I saw, but that wasn't good enough. And then by the time you finish with me, I'm telling you I'm adding on to it. So the original statement is about 2.5 pages long. But what happens is that I didn't write it.
Right.
The police wrote it. I just signed it, and it's kind of illegal.
Ooh.
So what they had to do was once they broke me down to a state of being helplessness, right, and I started lying, then they feel they have the story. So they sent me to another precinct, and they sent me with another detective.
Wow.
And he does a statement. Now the statement is 5 pages long because he adds his.
Sure.
He's adding his piece. That's why when people read the statement, it says approximately 1,700 hours. Myself and 41 friends travel southbound into Central Park. What 14-year-old boy talks like that?
It's funny you said that because I heard you say something about we went north, walked up the north of the hill, and I was like,
nobody talks
I ain't
north
never
of
north.
the hill.
I don't talk north now. I give you direction by stores. You go past the Walmart and then go by the Waffle House and go right. I live right there. Okay, you want to go northwest, east, south, and all this other madness and shit. So I could tell that was kind of. I didn't feel right about you saying that. I was like, at 14, but I didn't want to say you weren't educated enough to know north and south because maybe you did. But I was like, most 14-year-olds don't say that.
No.
I could see how nervous you were. You were rocking in that chair, brother. You was rocking in that chair. I was like, man, I could feel the nervous. And I understand. At 14, I was scared of my father. Damn, if it was a policeman about to question me on something that that heavy.
Yeah.
So as you were saying that story, when you got done with it, how did you feel you going home? Did they tell you like gonna go home?
Yeah, because originally, I'm in there with a Detective Hardigan, and they run the good cop, bad cop on me, and it's the third time with a Detective Arroyo who's actually interviewing me. Right, he gets mad, he bangs on the table, and he reaches out like he's gonna grab me.
Wow.
Right? And it's at that moment I'm thinking they're gonna kill me in this precinct. I'm not gonna make it out of here.
Sure.
And in the same instance, another detective stops him, starts cursing at him, yells at him, kicks him out the room, throws him out the room. So at that moment, I'm feeling grateful, like he saved my life. And when he closes that door, then he starts his pitch.
Wow.
Raymond, I know you're not a bad kid.
Right.
This, you know.
Dirty. I mean, oh my God. And just think how many other kids went through that. I don't know if you remember this story. I'm from Washington, DMV, the Maryland, D.C., Virginia area. Do you remember a guy named Terrence Johnson, his story?
Tell me the story.
Okay, real quick. Terrence Johnson was him and his brother. I'm a paraphrase for those from D.C. You don't know every fact, but it's like about 19. my comments be off the chain. About 1979, two boys. They were about 13 and 14-year-old brothers. They claimed they were taking money out of what was it? The laundromat, the coin machine. And some cop from Hyattsville, Maryland, saw him, got him arrested, took him into the precinct. And beat one of them up. Beating the boy. They're brothers now. Yeah. And one of the younger brothers took the gun out of the holster and shot the policeman. Okay, and it was big in the news, and everybody was. Jesse Jackson was involved. It was a big thing in 1979, 78, 79, and they basically the young kids were like, we're being beaten up and harassing them. And of course, dead cop and everybody was like, no, we didn't. We didn't do nothing to them. Well, the sad thing about it was they wound up going to jail. He did a lot of years, and when Terrence got out, him and his brother Terrence got out. People were like started to shower them with stuff, like wanting to get them jobs. They felt like, black folks felt like they were railroaded as young boys. He was on the Oprah Winfrey show, and he got a lot of job offers. Well, some kind of way he couldn't handle being out. He'd been gone for so long. He went in at 50, like I said, about 15, got out about 29 years old, and he couldn't handle it. And everybody getting attention and stuff. Oh, you the guy, put that pressure on him. And so some kind of way he got to robbing a bank again. Him and his brother, and he robbed the bank. And when they were coming out, some cops were pulling up. He ran around the corner and committed suicide. I was like, damn, because I guess he didn't want to go back to jail again, brother. Yeah. So I could, so when I was watching you, I was thinking about him. I was like, man, the pressure they put on y'all. Lucky you ain't grabbed the pistol. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine that in there, and that's, that was a big story. Terrence Johnson, look it up if you want to, Google it. So I could feel the a little bit similarity. You didn't go as far as them grabbing the gun.
That's the key ingredient, the pressure. How much pressure a person can be put under.
Wow.
Especially when you feel like you're helpless and you have nowhere to turn.
Right.
And then it's just like, well, what do I do? Because I don't know what happened. So how I'm going to sit here and tell them a story? I'm 14 years old. I can't even put together a rape.
Right.
So he really has to help me in that, right? And even in this, in the video, I mean, not in the video, but even when we talking, he says, this woman lost a lot of blood. Something had to be used, some type of weapon, a rock, a brick, a pipe, something, Raymond. And when he tells me that, automatically he gave me options.
Right, to pick. Right.
And so I go, a brick. So he says, who had the brick? And I'm like, I don't know, but he gives me a name of a guy named Stephen Lopez, who I don't know. And we use that name. And so the brick winds up coming to trial, and it winds up making the front of the newspaper.
He did.
Yeah.
And then just like the publicity, how they can turn. New York is nasty with that with the front page. Boy, y'all some dirty. They were the first one with that sensationalized. They started before Star and Inquirer with that bullshit.
Yeah.
And once you turn people thinking certain ways, and they go by that. And we talking about 89. Before now, it's bad now, but we kind of can see through some of the shit because we want some information. But back then, whatever they said was golden.
It was golden.
And they want to sell copies, and they don't care about you. No 5 black young men. They don't give a damn. They're like, we need to sell copies and keep it going and going.
No. It's estimated that over 400 articles was written about us within the first 2 weeks of this case.
Wow.
Which leads Donald Trump. That's 1980. That's April 1989.
Right.
We haven't been to trial. We haven't been convicted. And he comes out with the $89,000 page ad calling for the death penalty.
Right.
So that's all in April. That's to show you the impact of the media.
But isn't it crazy how like the foul stuff that he did and continuously did even during the campaign and he still became president? Like, what's up with people out here? What's up with this world we live in, man?
It's crazy.
Mad crazy. But I'm not saying it's right to rape somebody, but you accuse of rape, your life is over with. Yeah. But you can finger somebody, you can put false information out there, all kind of madness. Work with Russia, everything. Like, well, that ain't that bad, man. But you saw a rape and you ain't break it up, nigga. You going to jail for 25 years, whatever trying to give you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just live in a polarized, especially back then, black and white. Yeah. Bensonhurst, I don't know if it happened before that, around that.
No, that was around. Yeah.
Around that time, you know what I'm saying?
You had the Howard Beach incident that was before us.
Right.
And then you had Yusuf Hawkins, which was right around. That was Bensonhurst.
Right. So, New York was fiery. Why do you, I guess just being a young boy and hanging out, I mean, I'm not trying to put. Your parents didn't want you to be home by no time. You was just a young boy.
No, I had
out.
9 o'clock curfew. That weekend was a holiday weekend. So because it was a party, I asked my dad, could I stay out later? He said, yeah.
Okay.
10 o'clock, 11. It was cool. I had permission. So that was the reason why I wound going over to the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually I had a 9 o'clock curfew.
Okay. Now, once you got convicted, you going to jail.
Yeah.
You like me, you light-skinned.
Yeah.
This is the time when special ed was out. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were damn near special ed. You know what I'm saying? That picture right there. You know what I'm saying? You remember special ed?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Come on now, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I was light-skinned at 14 years old. Look at that right there. I'm a little more handsome than you in that picture.
Yeah,
right
okay. I believe that. I hear that.
But both of us don't believe in
Look at that side part.
Watch out now. Okay. Looking like, what's that boy named Sam Jackson, one of the movies and shit he was in or whatever, Unbelievable, Unbreakable, whatever. But both of us don't need to be going to jail, okay?
No, definitely.
Let me tell you something.
They definitely don't.
I was nervous if I was told to go to jail from the stories I heard.
Yeah.
Were you more nervous? Being, you're a pretty young boy.
Yeah.
You were going up there. Did that even come in your mind?
Yeah. I mean, when you get to the jail, right? We get to the jail. They process through intake. We in there. I mean, guys is. They got to put you in the shower naked. Yeah. Ooh. And the inmates is banging on the glass, talking about they're going to see you. They're going when they get it in, so it's coming. And then we're sitting in intake, and this counselor comes in, and he's just general conversation, but he wants to talk to us, and he's like, "Look, he's gonna be real with y'all. The whole jail want to get you.
Wow. Beat up or
whatever. The whole jail wants you.
Okay.
And then it's at that moment that you say, okay, I got to make a decision because the jail's slick. We wind up going in about 6 or 7 of us. And they separate us and put you on a housing unit with 30 other guys by yourself.
Right.
So you got to make a decision.
Now you went to juvie or you went to?
I went to juvie first, yeah.
You went to juvie
I was in Spofford first.
How long was you in juvie?
I was in Spofford for 17 months.
And that's the age of what? That goes up to 18?
It goes up to, no, it can go up to like 16, 17.
16, 17?
Depending on your crime.
Okay.
But then when you get to upstate facility, it goes up to 21.
Okay. So let me ask you, so when you were in that part, the 16, 17, you felt a little more safer? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you could handle yourself or you still was like, oh shit.
No, you got to handle yourself. That's just how it is. Like the doors don't lock at night. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Cats can run up in there, flip your whole bed over while you sleeping at night. It happens. So it's really like from the gate. Sometimes you got to set an example.
Did you have to?
Of course.
I mean, we hear you now.
More than once.
Did you really?
No.
You like light skin now? Did you
listen.
ass when you was talking some
no,
shit
listen.
now?
I mean, there's some brothers out there that can vouch for me.
Okay,
man.
that you. All right, thank you. Because Christopher Williams fucked us up when he stabbed the hat.
Yeah, he couldn't take that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the movie theater like this. Come on.
Kareem Akbar couldn't hold it down.
Do something. Come on, do something, brother. Come on.
Yeah, nah.
But all right. So you up in that being you up in the cell. So you stayed there for a couple of years?
Well, I sparred for 17 months, and
17
then
months.
When I get convicted, I get transferred to a facility, upstate facility, and I spent 5 years there.
Right. Now that one there, was it a different age group or was
that one is from 14, 15 all the way to 21.
Wow. So yeah. So if you ain't nothing but 15, 16 years old, you was a 21-year-old.
Oh yeah.
It's a different structure.
Entering that facility, like it's a juvenile facility, but there's guys in 18, 19 look like Mike Tyson.
I know that's right.
So when you walk in that facility, it's like, oh yeah, where's the weight, pal? I need to beef up quick.
Right.
Yeah.
And we hear the stories, niggas getting taken and shit. But I've heard a couple of guys who I know, friends of mine, went to jail and stuff, and they ran a little couple stuff. They said, it ain't like everybody ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You got to kind of, some kind of guys just kind of, go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But if you fight back and resist, you ain't gonna be that dude all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even that time, ain't nobody trying to fight for no ass and shit, you know what I'm saying? To get ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. They want somebody they can just talk to into doing it right. Did you see anybody, did you hear?
It's prison. I mean, you hear it all. I mean,
damn.
not in that facility, no, but when I wound up getting transferred to the adults.
Sure.
Then it was different. It's a whole different world. That is like, wow, this is crazy.
Did you befriend some people?
Yeah,
of course you did. But
yeah. I mean, I befriended a lot of people.
Is it of a safety thing or is it? just because they were cool?
Just because of how I carried myself.
Okay.
So people watch how you move, and if you fight for, if you stand up for yourself,
right,
people will respect that.
Right.
And the more that they watch you, they see you a stand-up individual, then they start to like you, and that's what happened in my case.
Do you become it's weird to say this, but like a star because they know who you are when you come in? Oh shit, that's my man right there. Like then they start trying to pick your brain, what happened and all that kind of stuff. And you up there. Like remember an episode of Martin and shit when he was in the jail cell, everybody want to talk to him at the end and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like, gravitating to you, hearing your story and stuff.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Wow.
And it's crazy because for me, going from juvenile to the adults, spending 5 years in one facility, I've seen a lot of people come through that facility in 5 years. So now when I go into the state, those people in the state, I bump into them in the state and they know me. They know Ray from 5 years back.
Nice.
So even then your credibility follows you.
Okay. And people, it got to a point where people, after you show what you can do, they ain't really fuck with you no more. You kind of just, did what you had to do.
That stopped fast though.
Okay.
For me, that stopped in Spofford.
Okay.
Once you stopped that at Spofford, then that was it for me. I never had too many problems after that.
Right. Since you're not a wild dude, as a youth, nowadays, man, I go and I see some of the young kids putting them guns out. They're killing each other like crazy right now in Chicago. A lot of places, Dallas, Arkansas, Memphis. It's just crazy how people are shooting each other at such a young age. These are 14, 15, 16-year-olds. You weren't a shooter, but you was in jail with shooters probably and killers and stuff like that.
Yeah. What
is that mentality like, man? Why do you think young boys are just feeling like they can just kill? Because they think that jail ain't that tough, or they think they gonna get caught. Like,
it's an upbringing. I mean, some people, you come from a broken home, don't have nothing, and the neighborhood embraces you, and crime becomes a way of life to make ends meet. I met a lot of young brothers like that. They just was trying to make a dollar. And some of them got caught up because they were young, and then you wind up seeing them later on in the system. And, they're still on the same case. I know brothers who are still locked up from when I met them back in 89, 90. Yeah, 30 years in, 35 years in with life sentences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you believe, it sounds stupid, but I'm going to say it, that depending on your lawyer, depending on how your trial goes?
Yeah.
It really is.
Definitely.
If you got that money, you have a better chance of getting
100%.
Isn't that crazy that the crime is still the same? It's the lawyer that's different.
The lawyers are different. Yeah.
If you can't afford a big ass lawyer, then you're going to take a ride maybe.
Yeah.
How, I hate to say how's that possible. I hate to say money buys things, but that's what it does, man.
It's relationships.
Money, what a bitch.
If you have a good lawyer, he's been practicing law for 30 years.
Right.
He knows a lot of people. And it just might be that lawyer that winds up in front of the judge that, I know this guy. We play golf together. And then it's just about what your case looked like. And
you didn't have a good lawyer, you think?
I had a good lawyer, but my man, he couldn't do nothing.
Right.
This train had already took off. It was going at a fast speed.
Because publicity-wise and all that.
Behind
wow.
it. I mean, we were, in 89, we was in every publication.
Yeah.
Every publication talked for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And so there was nothing you could do.
Right,
it got to the point where, William Kunstler, famous lawyer. William Kunstler, he represented Yusuf on the appeal.
Right.
And he told Yusuf, he said, even Jesus Christ couldn't get you out of this one. This is how stacked the deck was against us.
Right. Was this, was this one of the first major police brutality cases? I know they got Fred Hampton, but that was, I feel like this was one of the earliest ones I remember that really exploded big. You know what I'm saying? With police involved and stuff like that. Not just racial, but police involved with the situation.
Well, they were the heroes, right? They were the heroes who solved this case, and nobody knew that it would come back, 20-some, 30 years later to haunt them. They thought it was over. They thought they got away with it. A lot of these guys, they retired. When we wanted doing these depositions for the civil case, they had dirty histories. A lot of them.
Wow.
We found police who were hired muscle for the mob in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah. There was some hired policemen for the mob, and I think right around that time, and these two Caracoso or something.
Oh yeah. They were. They caught the body. They killed a lot of people. Yeah.
They were working for the mafia, and it was policemen.
Yeah. No, we had all type of officers who, like an officer in my case, he got caught in a sting where they found this dead guy in the car, and they opened the trunk. It was $30,000. And so they split it between him, his partner, and the rookie.
Sure.
And the rookie turned them in. Wow. And so because of this case, he was able to retire to Florida and live a good life off his pension.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of them like that.
Wow. All right, so you got through what advice would you tell a young brother who has gone to jail, now, You know, if you got to do some time, say 5, 10 years, how would you tell them to move and groove in there?
Never
man?
give up. Like, you know, never give up. You know, it's a certain way you got to carry yourself. You know, and sometimes trouble just finds you. You have to know how to handle it. You know, for me, there was no, I mean, I wasn't going into protective custody. I wasn't doing none of that. So the trouble came, I had to handle it.
Wow.
As best as I could, you know, and I was fortunate. It worked out in my favor.
Right, sure.
Most of the time.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
And that's just because I was a stand-up individual.
Did you have your cell by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
But like I told you, back then, they didn't lock doors. If you locked the door, then it was a sign of weakness.
Wait. Oh, you mean
Yes,
you could lock it inside?
No, you can't lock it.
Oh.
Like the cell doors always stood open.
Right. What?
Yeah, they always stood open in Spofford. Doors was always open. And
If they seen one that was closed, they figured somebody weak was in there.
Yeah.
I mean, but the officers had to do that.
the officers had to lock it. And the officers would be like, you want to lock your door? Like, they'll say it loud enough so everybody can hear it. It's a hallway.
Really?
So you want to lock your door tonight? And he'll be like, yeah. And everybody like, oh, man. You know?
Really?
Yeah. That was a big thing in Spofford. Guys would come in your room late at night, and they'll flip the whole bed over with you in it.
And you seen people like getting taken like they food, snacks and shit.
Yeah,
taken,
yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
Give me your shit, nigga.
Yeah. Snacks, food.
And if you don't fight right then and there, man, it's a fucking
over.
wrap, man.
It's a wrap. And sometimes even people who are strong in the prison, they'll just watch you to see if you're going to fight. They want to help you, but they just want to see you help yourself.
Right. Wow.
So once you take that initial step, then somebody go, oh, yeah, he's not soft. He going to fight for his. And people will look out.
I don't want you young brothers going to jail, but if you do, you better knuckle up early. As soon as you walk in there, just start punching somebody, nigga. I don't give a fuck who you punch.
And this is
everybody.
before gangs, so there wasn't no, you know, like now there's gangs in prison,
Right.
but this was before that. So
Right,
it was
right,
really
right.
like you had to just come in and represent on your own or your
Wow.
neighborhood.
So it wasn't like, well, it's cliques, but it wasn't
It's
gang
cliques, but it wasn't gang cliques.
Right,
Like all
right.
that came way later on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, I don't know man, you know, it's funny because like the picture I showed you, you know, people were saying, don't go to jail, you know. But I was a little rough in the day, you know, early growing up, I was a little rough. As soon as I got about 18 years old, and I knew if I was going to jail, we had a place called Lorton, Virginia, go to Lorton. As soon as I got 18, I knew I was going to go with the grown folks. Nigga, I started shining shoes, wearing bow ties, started being nice to everybody. I'm like, what you ain't going to do is put me in jail, motherfucker, okay?
Shit
Now, when I'm
different.
young, at 13, 14, I acted a fool and stuff. But when I got 18, I said, you know what? I don't have that look for jail. I ain't got the jail look. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, sir, that won't work for me and shit. But, all right, so you got through thank God you got through it. How did it feel the first day you got out? You know, just what did you do the first day you got out?
The first day I got out was 1985, December. I went home
To Pop's house.
To Pop's house.
Right, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, and got some food and just stood home and just relaxed the first day. Yeah.
Did you chase some ass when you got home? Did you look for some ass?
That didn't happen the first day. That happened like maybe a day or two later.
A day or two later. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because
damn.
there was always girls
That liked
writing letters. Like
Right.
that was one thing about the case, which even later on I find it kind of disturbing. Like when it's a high profile case, women love to write. Well, girls at the time
Right,
they was
sure.
writing letters and sending pictures, so it was always constant mail coming in.
Right,
There was
right,
always
right.
constant girls around.
And they were around New York, or wherever you came from.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got no ass in a long time. I might go to jail. Give me some pussy. I mean, I get out. I gotta get out of jail first. To get some pussy. I don't want to in jail.
You gotta survive it first, then get out to enjoy it, yeah.
Because my boys would show me some kind of crazy shit how they were doing. Like dudes would like fuck like the mattress or roll up towels
yeah,
and
some
shit.
of them
all
dudes do that. Yeah, that's
kind of make their
crazy.
own little pussies and shit.
Yeah.
Hell no, man. Now, I've had some pussy that felt like a towel, though. I ain't gonna lie, it was dry ass pussy, but you know, I paid for it. I'll go get my $50 worth and shit. Fuck that, okay?
$50, no wonder it was dry.
Well, true that. You know, and she was 61, but you know,
Oh,
I think
man,
she ain't have shit though. You know
gotta
what I'm
invest
saying?
more money in
Right. Okay, but that's fine. But no, so okay, so you get out. So I hear you go to Pop's house. His new girlfriend wasn't really, loving the situation that you was home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of you had to feel crazy, like I'm out. Who got my back now? If your pops didn't have it, or whatever.
Yeah. No, it was hard. It definitely was, because here it is that now I come home, I have an associate's degree from prison. I get my GED, got my education. I'm thinking I got some keys.
Right.
I can make it. I could be productive.
How old are you exactly? About 20?
At 21.
21.
21.
Okay, 21. All right, go ahead.
And but I didn't know about all these new rules, right? Because I'm on parole.
Okay.
I was the first one to be let out from out of the 5.
Okay.
And so they hit me with all these rules. I had a 7 o'clock curfew. I had to attend sex offender meetings. I had to register as a sex offender, right? Which I didn't know what that. I didn't know. I go to parole. They take me to this
shit go with
office.
you.
Yeah, I got to take the photos. Then they signed me up, say I got to go to these classes. So now I got to sit in the room with these other dudes, and they talking about their actual cases of crimes they committed.
Right. You like, hold on, I don't belong here.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't belong here, but because of my status, I'm a level 3 sex offender. So
what's that mean? Level 3 is
it's the highest level.
Wow.
It's the highest level. Yeah, because of the case. And so it means that I'm subject to all that. You know,
wow.
And then there's the scrutiny from the public because I'm the first one. So now I'm in my neighborhood, everybody's watching you.
Really?
Yeah. You know, you
they thinking you are foul. You was foul for real.
I mean, my neighborhood know who I am.
Right.
But besides that, yeah, people are thinking he the first one. Remember them dudes did that? Like, so at that moment, people still thinking I'm guilty. So you gotta walk on eggshells and then try to get a job. That's not gonna happen. You know. Try to get a job. That doesn't happen. You know, the way you move around certain people, you meet a woman, she has kids, you gotta be leery of that because of who I am. You know, you don't want the kids to say, oh, he grabbed me or he touched me.
Oh man, you can right back in that thing.
Quick.
That's crazy to live like that. Like I said, eggshells, man.
Yeah.
And how how do they expect you to, man, see, that's why it's revolving.
Yeah.
Because if they give you that sex offender label and anyone wants to hire you, you got to eat, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And if you can't, now you back out here hustling, trying to survive, and they call you a criminal. You really is a criminal. Like, nigga, I ain't.
Yeah.
So I think that the justice system, if you do the time, I don't know, man, the government can do this thing. They should find you a job. Yeah. Fuck that, man. You put your spend some time. Yes, you should find
what
you
it
a
is,
job.
but in order to keep that revolving door circling, you got to limit the possibilities. So here it is. For me, here it is. The 5 to 10 year sentence that I got wasn't just a prison sentence; it was a social death. Because I wasn't supposed to survive prison, and then now when I'm out, I'm not supposed to survive socially. I'm supposed to be like a hermit. I'm supposed to just die lonely.
Right, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's what it is. Depression is supposed to set in and just take me out.
Right.
You know?
Wow. So who was the first girl you started dating? Was it somebody, but she didn't say her name, but just like how did you start? Did you find a real relationship, girl, female?
Yeah, well, back then, because that was 1996. So I had a female who was writing me, and we wound up becoming really cool, and then we were having a relationship.
You started dating her, so you had somebody to go to and talk to and all that. That's major too, to have somebody, especially if you got a little, it's rocky at home and stuff. Yeah. How long did it take you to move out the house?
Well, no, I didn't move out the house because what happened was I wound up going back and forth to prison. So isn't when they see us? So I wound up catching a parole violation, which sends me back to jail. And a typical violation that would get you 6 months got me 2.5 years.
And how long after you got out did you get hit with that?
That was about maybe 10 months. So
damn.
I'm out 10 months. I get the parole violation, and with the parole violation, they give me a curfew violation, which I didn't really violate the curfew, but I mean it's it's technical. And so because of the curfew violation, they give me 2.5 years for that. And so I wound up. That's when they sent me to a maximum prison. Right. And I wound up serving 20 months at the maximum prison. Yeah. And then
that's a different thing.
No, that's totally different.
Yeah, You go right. Where'd you go to?
I went to Rikers Island first. Sat on Rikers Island for 6 months, and then from there I got shipped to Great Meadows Correction, which is Comstock.
Right. Now, have you heard about the recent like 21 people died in Rikers? Since the beginning of the year, something like it last month? Yeah. You could see that happening. Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. Conditions. Yeah, conditions, just how the jail is ran. I mean, when I was there, there's the gladiator stuff, right, where they got the dudes fighting, like police will put somebody to run the house and he runs everything. And then, if they tell him to, fix somebody up, he got to tighten them up. What? That happened to me. Police tried to send a guy to tighten me up, when I was in the housing unit, and they was like, this guy, you know who this is? Like, he's living in this house. Like, he's not supposed to be here. And they tried to send somebody at me, but he couldn't do nothing to me.
What do you mean? Because you handled yourself, or something?
Well, at that point, I was strong in that facility, so a lot of people knew me, so he couldn't touch me.
Wow,
but they definitely do that.
Boy. The police is something else, man.
Yeah.
I talked to. I heard. I don't know if I talked to. I heard. I talked to a cop in Detroit, and he told me he did security at the jail cell. He said, "Man, I'm trying to get home at night." Yeah. He said, when it was in there, he said they run the facility. This dude in Detroit told me they run that in there. Yeah. I just need to get home at night. Yeah. I said, damn, whatever I got to do to get home at night is all I give a damn about.
Some people just want to do the 8 hours, especially if they've been working there for a long time. Yeah. Then it's just about, I just need to get home safe. So they'll come in there and say, hey, you guys run the facility. Okay. Don't kill nobody. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Everything is good. I'm going to be in the bubble. Okay. Catching a nap.
So after you got finished going back and forth and you finally got out to be out, the last time you got out.
Yeah, exonerated.
Did you How many years was that like later? Like
13 years.
Like 13. You were going in and out for that for 13 years. Wow. Is there any job you wanted to have or wanted to do? You know, you got an associate's degree in something, but did there something when you got out and said, man, I want to do this? Was there anything you wanted to do?
As far as job-wise, no.
You never wanted to work?
I mean, I wanted to work, but
Right.
for me, I didn't know where to start. To me, I felt like it had to be a labor job, something just to get in the door. Like,
Sure.
at that point, I'm desperate.
Okay.
You know, but with the exoneration came, it was like, which was 2002. Now we was getting ready to file for a civil suit.
Sure.
And so it was like, all right, you're gonna work, but you got to just keep a low profile because the city's gonna come after us hard.
Of course, they want to pay that money.
They didn't want to pay the money.
Right.
This was a no-pay case. And Mayor Bloomberg was going on 3 terms, and he wasn't trying to pay nothing.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So then let's move fast forward to was it 2014 when you got paid when the money came? When the money resigned and the money resigned. Okay.
When the money resigned.
Shit. Okay. I'm hearing like it's 41 million, right?
Yeah.
Split amongst 5, which is about 8.2. I done broke it down. Tammy, my girl, you know, she done break it
Where
down.
Tammy
you
at? Tammy done put
she
them
know.
numbers together,
Hell
Tammy?
yeah. After taxes, she broke after taxes about
No taxes.
no tax. Woo! And no taxes. Can I say one word? Delicious. No. Shit. Goddamn. Shit. Come. Man, fuck. Okay, well, shit. At that point, you know, you was. I mean, that's a lot of money for a brother who ain't used to that kind of money, man.
Yeah.
Were you afraid when you got that money, like people gonna come after you and do stuff to you or try to get it? You know.
Nah. You know, because by this point, you know, my circle was small.
Okay.
This civil suit is 11 years in.
Sure.
A lot of people done fell off thinking the money's never gonna come.
Oh, okay.
So this was perfect when it did came, because you could just grab the bag and
Keep it going.
keep it going. Yeah. And by the time everybody looks, you're out the room and you're out the building and you're gone already.
Damn, that's a good thing.
So that worked. And then also at that time, I wound up getting married because that was my first time getting married, because I thought once they knew I got a wife, that'll kind of alleviate.
Was she hollering at you before the check came?
Oh, yeah.
How long before? 2 weeks?
Nah, longer than that. She was longer than that.
I don't know.
No, she was longer than that.
Okay.
She didn't know the check was coming until the check was coming.
No, she a woman. She knew the check was coming. Okay. Trust me. Okay.
Or maybe.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, you making some money? You got some money? I never heard about no money. Who are you? I just thought you was a regular ass nigga. Ain't doing shit. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Shit. Would you just get a joint account for the hell of it?
No, we don't do joint account.
Right. You wasn't in prison, man.
No, exactly.
Shit.
No
Fuck
joint
that.
account.
How does a woman gonna be in there? You ain't shit, nigga. That's it. It is what it is.
That's the truth.
Okay, so when the money came, give me what did you buy first? What's something you wanted to buy?
First thing I did was I took care of my family.
Okay.
Took care of my dad, took care of my sister, make sure they were straight.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
And for me, you know, this was a lot of money, right?
Hell yeah.
And I didn't know, I didn't know what to do.
Sure.
So I sat, right?
Sense.
I was still working at the time at my job.
Hey, what was you working?
I was working at this time. I was working for $11.99. SEIU was the union, so I was a union worker for healthcare and hospital workers.
Nigga, I'd have left the first day from that.
Nah,
shit,
I stood there.
Motherfucking mind. Shit.
No, look, I wound up staying there an extra 6 months.
What?
Right?
Nigga,
and I would
shit.
walk into work and people be like, yo, you still here? And I'm like, I don't got a plan.
Right.
Until I have a plan,
Makes sense.
I'm not going nowhere. And
Right.
the healthcare is good. Y'all paying me great. I don't need to do nothing.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so
but still, they wasn't paying you $8 million, okay?
nah, they wasn't. But
Okay.
that's put up. That's,
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a different light skinned nigga, okay?
Yeah, I'm a different light skinned
Spending
nigga.
some shit. I'd have been.
Yeah, I'm a different light skinned
Okay.
nigga. And so for me, it was just about formulating the plan, not leaving the job until I'm ready to go.
Makes sense.
And then, you know, I met Ava, and then it was like, all right, I can leave now.
Okay.
You know, because that's how When They See Us got made.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but what material thing did you buy first? Like you know, it was a band with the puffy, and you were trying to puff.
No.
Puff daddy
No. I mean, I bought stupid things. My, Rolex watch.
Woo!
Small.
Bling bling. That's the bling.
It was my first one. My first. It was
look
like
the ring though. Bling bling.
Oh,
bling.
yeah.
Okay.
Delicious. You know,
whatever. This motherfucker evicted. This man $120. And my girl made this shit. Okay, fuck that. Back to you. I don't have $8 million. I got about 800.
So it was stuff, clothes.
Right.
Because at the time I was living in a condo with my girl at the time, so we were straight.
In New York.
In New York.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, then after that, what happens when we wound up separating, I wanted to move to Atlanta. So the first real purchase was my house.
Right.
You know, I wound up getting my house.
When
in
you
Atlanta.
separated, is there a conversation about kind of get a little something since we breaking up?
Nah, she was. That's one thing about her. Like she She worked for Delta for 22 years.
Okay.
She owned a lot of property. You know,
okay.
she had her things in order. So it wasn't really about give me some money.
Okay.
You know, it was like, oh, you left these bills here. You can pay these bills that you left. And it was like, all right, you know, take care of the bills. But she never, no, she wasn't on it like
That's
that.
dope. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because some of them wouldn't have done that, homie.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have found a way, you know what I'm saying? They'd have found a way, okay?
Here go the list.
Yeah, shit, you could have jacked off in the corner. They'd have caught that nut somewhere. Nigga, I gotta get this check. You're like, damn, man, we ain't have sex in 8 years. You nutted in that sock, motherfucker. I got that sucker.
With no hot sauce in there.
Okay, a little sauce. The money, where the money reside, all right, then you came. You said you went to Atlanta. You bought the house.
Yeah, I came down to Atlanta.
Nice. You got a nice crib too, boy.
Yeah, came down to Atlanta.
So you were solo at that time when you had the crib? Wow, that's a lot of crib, man, for a young man, brother.
Oh, yeah. And the crazy thing was for me because here it is, I came from living in my dad's house in this small room, which was the size of a prison cell, and then to live in a condo that was 900 square feet, and I was in this house that was 5,000 square feet. And so for me, it represented solitude, it represented peace.
Right, wow.
You know, and I can just decorate it the way I want.
Yeah. Now, do you buy a house like out cash, or do you make monthly payments or something like that?
No, you finance.
You finance it? Okay,
yeah, finance it, make the monthly payments, build your credit first.
Build your credit, that's what it is.
Once you build your credit, then you make a decision whether you want to buy it or not.
Oh, okay. Because that feels good, man. When you don't, when you don't owe nobody nothing like that.
It depends on the individual.
Right.
If you feel like you're gonna stay in this house forever, then buy it out.
Okay.
If you feel that you still might move,
makes sense.
Make the payments.
Makes sense.
Make the payments.
Now, I'm quite sure, you're happily married now. You're a lucky man, but and she understands you had a life before her.
Yeah.
But it was off the chain, brother.
Oh yeah.
It had to be off the chain in Atlanta. Okay. I had an apartment in Atlanta. Okay. For a couple of years. So okay. When they go half white, they say, all right. It's like, so all right, so what did you do when you because you quit working, right? You quit working. What did you do with your time, living in that big house by yourself?
No, I was busy. I mean, we did the film with Ava.
Okay.
We was running around promoting that. Yes, around the same time, running around promoting that. And then I was on circuit. Me and Yusuf did a lot of speaking.
Good stuff.
So we spoke at universities, high schools. Mm-hmm. Like we've been doing public speaking since 2004, 2005.
Dope.
But when They See Us came out, it catapulted us to a new platform, and so it made everybody want to book us. So we was busy.
How much input did you have in the Ava movies, which was good? How much input did you have?
100% all the way.
Oh, really?
A really like we told our stories. Now that's my sis,
I know,
man.
She ain't never hired me before. So Miss Dubé, Ava Dubé. I'm saying Ava Dubé. Until you hire me, you my sis too. Nah, I'm fucking with you. They say my sis. Hey, hanging out.
Yeah, that's family, and like with her because I met A first and brought the project to her. And she met the guys, and so we developed a good brother-sister relationship. So I got to read the script. I got to give input on it. Dope. If there was something in there I didn't like, she would like, well,
or wasn't authentic, didn't believe it.
What is it? You know what I'm saying? And then we correct.
That's dope.
So she was, I got to sit in editing sessions, coloring, lighting. Yeah. Like,
she's a dope director, though.
No, she's super dope. I mean, we and her had a conversation one night, and I made the mistake, and I said, I get it. Hey, this is Hollywood.
Ooh.
And she said, nah, brother.
No,
brother.
Her.
I'm not going to use the curses that she used because it's Ava. She said, no, brother.
Right.
I'm here to tell the story, and I'm here to tell it right. And I was like, all right, hey, let's go.
Wow. That's brilliant. That's good. Do you still stay in touch with all of them?
Yeah. We have our own chat, in our phones. A's part of the chat with us, so it's the six of us. So we brothers.
Right.
So, we argue over shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. I won't talk to him for a month, but we stay on the chat though.
Right, sure. But y'all weren't friends when y'all got together. No. Right. This became friendship by that.
No, only friends was Corey and Yusuf were friends before this. And Kev lived in the same building with Yusuf.
Right.
Antron lived a block away around the corner, and I lived on the whole, 3 or 4 avenues down. Right.
Isn't that crazy how this experience made y'all become close by?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be dope if every year or a couple of years y'all meet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Till y'all pass out. That'd be kind of dope.
Well, that happens because we still do a lot of work. We do a lot of work with the Innocence Project.
Right. Okay.
We trying to get a lot of bills passed. So we get called to New York always. Kev lives in New Jersey. Corey's still in New York. Me, Yusuf, and Antron's here in Georgia. So not Antron, but me and Yusuf, we do a lot of traveling. A a lot of speaking, and we always hook up with the fellas.
Good. So, I was wondering, how'd you meet Delicious? How did that motherfucker happen? Eh?
So
Okay, man.
So I was
Yeah, take your time.
I was with Jason. It was me and Jason.
Okay, damn Jason, but okay.
No. Jason's part of the story.
Okay,
so
that's part of the story.
It's
All
me
right,
and Jason. It's me and Jason. It's me and Jason and a good friend of ours, Todd Tucker, right?
Okay.
Husband of Candy.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
Right.
Okay.
So it was Todd's birthday party, and so we go to celebrate his birthday, and Delicious walks in.
Wow.
And so it was just me just seeing her wanting to pay respect.
Okay. Right.
Somebody in the building. She's a pioneer in the industry. So I told Jason. I said, hey, I want to meet Delicious and say hi. He told Candy, and Candy pulled me over, and I met her, and she was with her mom, and so she got up because originally she was like, she saw the story, so she was just on some like this is my brother. Raymond Santana. Oh my God, I saw the story. She knew me. Yeah, she knew me because she had saw the story, and so I gave her a hug, and she said the way I embraced her, it told her something different.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And so,
I felt a little something different.
That's what she said.
Right, midsection.
So the next day, so that night, she left. That night, I went home. So the next morning, I wake up and I'm on Instagram, and I see that she's following me on Instagram. Oh. So I wound up looking at some of the photos. So now I start double tapping because I see a lot of nice pictures on there.
No, of course.
Yeah, and so she DMs me, and she's like, "Look, you liking all these photos? You like another photo? You might have to take me to lunch."
I like her, boy.
Yeah.
I like that's a good.
So
move.
my response was in dinner too, because I'm gonna keep tapping these photos. And so from there, we talked back and forth for about 2 months. Because I was so busy, but when they see us,
sure,
I was with Ava. We was promoting, so I didn't have time to really date like that.
Sure.
Maybe after like 2 months, I seen like she was on the gram and she was maybe on a date or something, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? That's what you doing? You on a date?" I'm coming back. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm handling business.
Throwing the light skin Mac now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I said, I'm coming back. So when I come back, we gonna have this date. And so her thing was, she was doing the dungeon tour with Candy at the time. So she said, well, why don't you come to the dungeon and meet me there? And so I wound up calling Ty, like, what the hell is the dungeon?
Right.
So he explained it, how, they walk around with all these provocative.
Right, sure, I remember.
And so I wound up going, and it was cool. And then after that, we were just inseparable.
You've been in the dungeon ever since? Shit, I need to know what a dungeon 2 is, man. I need to go to a dungeon. Shit. Okay.
On my Christian Grey.
Okay, I've been, what? This nigga here. I like this guy. Okay, so I see on the reality show, y'all have a blended family. Your children, your daughters. And
yeah.
I
have one daughter,
right.
She has 2.
2 daughters, right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool that you really connecting with the kids. Sometimes it don't necessarily go like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the kids don't like the stepfather, but I feel like some real love is there, and you really try to, put yourself out towards, from what I've seen.
Yeah,
a couple
100%.
times I glance. And I like the way I feel that it's a real love and it's natural between y'all two. Most people gonna think maybe the money she went for. Let's be real. Not what it was, right?
I mean, even when I met her, I love that she was a go-getter. I love that, she made her own money. She had her own house. She had her own car. I ain't want no broke chick either.
Right,
like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? You want somebody that can help add on, not be a deduction.
Right. That's a real dope. So let me ask you. Then I see y'all trying to go that weight loss situation. Yeah. Now, is it because would you have gone that weight loss if it wasn't for a fine-ass woman like that, having a fine woman like that?
Well, you know what? It was gonna happen. Maybe not as soon.
Okay.
Because I have a history of fitness. I did have a job where I was a personal trainer. I was in the fitness industry for 5 years.
Okay.
I managed 2 gyms, and I was a personal trainer at one point. Okay. So I knew how to do it. It's just before I met her, I was in that phase of just getting comfortable.
Right.
In the house, eating,
Sure.
chilling.
Sure.
And then next, the belly.
Rich nigga shit. Rich nigga shit.
Yeah, fuck it. It was rich nigga shit.
right, what it was.
And the belly just got big.
Yeah.
But when I met her, I was already in the gym. But it's a little extra motivation there.
Sure. Well, that's dope. That's dope. Now I'm hearing that with that you're an entrepreneur, and I like that. You got money, but you're trying to make more money, which I appreciate and respect. Your hustle hasn't stopped. Some people get that kind of money and just chill and just do rich niggas, get fat and do what it is, and before you know it, like what the hell happened? You got a clothing line, right? That I've heard
Park
about.
Madison, NYC.
Yeah. That's how did that come about?
Yeah. So after we got the money, you know, everybody was like, well, what do you want to do? You can go sit on the beach and sip Mai Tais all day. You can go do rich nigga shit.
Right, sure.
And they said, so what do you want to do? It was a good friend of mine, my name Rashid, and I said, I want to regain something that I lost. It was a passion. And so he said, what? And I said, sketching. I used to love to sketch as a 14-year-old kid, and I lost that passion. Oh. And even throughout the years, I tried to regain it, but I just couldn't get it. And so I felt that now I have the time. I can give it some real. I can dedicate some real time to it and try to fulfill it. And he said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to make T-shirts. And he looked at me like, you want to make T-shirts?
Right. I just said the same thing.
And I said, well, yeah. but then he understood my passion, so he said, well, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Oh. Okay.
And so we did it, and then Park and Madison was created, and so.
And that's what streets come together. Park.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I lived on the condo I lived in was on 111th Street between Park and Madison.
See, I ain't think I knew that.
Yeah, so that's how we came up with the name.
Dope.
And so I was slinging it out of literally out of my house for like 4 years.
Really?
And then when They See Us came out, it took off.
Nice. What is different about yours? Just curious. You know, a lot of people have T-shirt brands and stuff. What is your? What do you think
because mine comes with the, you know, like this is one of my sweaters.
Okay.
Right?
Dope.
And so this became my #1 seller, you know, because it coincided with the film, and so because it had a lot of political messages, and so me, you know, trying to get into that fashion industry, society won't let me.
Sure.
They want me to be this person.
Wow. I can see that.
You know,
just identify. Yeah, I can feel that. And you're more than that. And I guess.
And I'm more than that, but they won't let me. They you know, it's like, you know, you're exonerated 5. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You can't venture out too much from that because and then they start looking at me different.
Right.
You know?
How do you get people to forget that just by doing stuff like that? How do you get people to forget that? Because you are pushing it and you're helping that, so you keep around that. You know, every time people meet you, it's really around that situation because you're even pushing it. So you got to kind of embrace it, right?
No, you have to. You have to, because I mean, there's so much injustice in the world that there's enough work for you to do.
Right.
Like, you don't have to be a fashion designer. We need you over here in this lane because look at all this work that needs to be done.
Right. How do you feel like the Aubrey case recently that just came out? You know, do you get involved in that? You know, like not just, I don't use the word like, you know, vocally, but like physically. Like, not mentally. Do you say, man, I know what they're going through? Yeah. What do you think when you see stuff like that? Like
every
the Aubrey
time,
case?
you know, it's those cases. You know, when there's a person gets exonerated, right? I relive that all over again. You know, the feeling of what it's like to be sitting in the judge tell you you're free. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at those cases, like the Aubrey case, you know, you look at how the media plays a point. Right. White supremacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Institutionalized racism. All that stuff is in our case. So you have to relive those moments.
Like the Rittenhouse, how do you feel about that Rittenhouse for him get off?
I mean, I posted about him.
You know.
Yeah, here it is. You know, he can go to a whole other state with an AR-15 and shoot people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we can't do that. I mean, that's even police from southern states that can't come to New York with their gun. They have to turn that in.
Right.
But this kid can travel from state to state with an AR-15 and shoot people.
Do you? Well. From a case like that, let's say that case. What did you? You know? I mean, I know you're fight. I can't say this. You're fighting a whole bunch of stuff: racism, police. You know, being wrongly convicted and stuff. Imprisoned.
Recidivism rate, bail reform. We're fighting everything. You know, $1 billion budgets with the criminal justice system, right? Because everybody's saying defund the police,
right? And
we're not saying take the money away, but we're saying the police department in New York City has a budget of $6.5 billion.
What?
Right? $6.5 billion. Bloomberg incorporate those budgets because he wanted them to feel like a small army. They use you know, terror, right? Terrorism. Terrorists come in to instill fear into the people. And so now when he says we're going to make it safe, we're going to pour this money into the police department and we're going to equip them. Everybody goes for it, right? But then you find out that now stop and frisk only produce less than 1% arrests.
Ain't that crazy?
They fluffed up the numbers because that was part of getting those $1 billion budgets. And so now you look at the criminal justice system, look at every entity that's attached to it, and all their budgets is in the billions of dollars. So this whole system is benefiting off the backs of Black and Latinos. You know, New York City has a inmate population state of maybe about 75,000. And so you mean to tell me that trillions of dollars are being made off of the backs of 75,000?
Right. Yeah. Wow. Some people getting some thick pockets.
Of course.
Real thick pockets.
Real thick pockets. And it starts, from those prisons being put into those towns who were bankrupt. Some of them they needed public assistance, right? And so you give them 3 or 4 prisons, and now the town is booming. And so now is where the whole state benefits off the prison industrial system.
But how would you tell somebody out there to help you? What can we do? What can we do as people like?
Well, first we say it's all about the awareness.
Okay.
You have to spread the awareness because number one is that people have to understand that it exists, and it happens every day, right? People look at our case, and if you read it from front to back and you really read it, you would think this is fairy tale. You would think this is a made-up story. So it starts with the awareness, and then we ask people to get involved. No matter what your platform is, everybody can't rally, everybody can't protest.
Right.
Some people have to have a panic room.
Right, sure.
Right?
Sure.
Some people are artists, right? We have murals now that say Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
That was a thought that somebody came up with and manifested and put it out, and now it spreads all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So people have to bring their skill set, their passions, their mediums to the movement and just supply them.
Right. Now, you've been on a lot of platforms talking about what you went through, and I hear you have a book deal. What are you going to do in that book that is different than hearing, you know what I'm saying, what we heard from it normally? Like, just relive the story, the case again, or what can you do to make people say?
For the book deal, it's a children's book, so we wanted to tackle it from a different angle, and the book is about young Raymond and how he loses his passion for art, and then how he tries to regain it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a story about just overcoming obstacles. And so we take the story and now you put it in a different medium to try to cater to the younger adults.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got to try to reach them as early as we can.
Sure.
This is a life and death situation.
Sure. But damn, you doing children's books, you got clothing line, you got weed spots. What's up with that? Now I heard you got a cannabis store. Wait a minute, where we going with that now? No. Damn, brother. Shit, you get niggas high and fucked up and, I read children's books. Shit. Hopefully I don't go to jail.
Listen. Whatever keeps you out of jail. We try to give you things that will keep you out of jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and with the cannabis stuff, it's I suffer from PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Because of the case. So for me, cannabis is extremely important for me.
Okay.
It gives me a sense of calm. It also gives me some of my great ideas. Some of my best ideas came from when I was under the influence.
Really?
Yeah. So it has its benefits.
It's funny, I try to smoke weed here and there. I'm not a weed head. But shit. One time a boy gave me some weed. He said, "Man, that's some good shit. You getting sleepy, ain't you? You getting sleepy?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's also 1 o'clock in the morning, nigga. What you talking about? I get sleepy around this time anytime. This was doing what? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we get high at 1 in the morning. This is about to put you to sleep, ain't it? Nigga, it's 1 in the morning. Give me some noon weed to put me to sleep, okay?" But
but you just take it at no. I mean, there's cannabis that you can take that give you the munchies,
right?
You gain weight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some stuff that's sativas that it helps you focus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It gives you great ideas. So it's just how you use it.
Is there any weed that help me bang the back out? If you know what I'm saying?
There is.
What's that weed? I need to get that weed.
There is that it arouses you.
That bang bang? I want the bang bang weed, okay? Who got that bang bang weed out there?
Yeah, the bang bang is good. Man.
Wow. Man, not only the bang bang, your life look like it's good, man. I mean, you've come a long way. I'm really proud of you. I mean, I don't know you personally, man, but I'm proud of you that you've hung in there and came through it, and turned it on the police and show them, man, nah, we're not going down this all the time. You're not going to just keep doing it. And you're one of the lucky ones, because many people are still in there on some BS and stuff. You, by the grace of God, you 5 got up out of that situation. So that is great. But I know I've been what we do here on the show. We do a thing called IG creeping. I mean, we go on your on your social media page and see what you about, what you've done and shit. And we went, okay, that's right, damn. All right, okay, your wedding day. Okay, this is your This is to Delicious, right? She really loves you, nigga. Okay. If this is what you married, no disrespect.
I was about 250, 255,
and damn near Asian, nigga. Okay.
Okay,
The fuck is going on here, bro? Okay, so you
looking like a sumo wrestler.
Okay, you keep Delicious, man. She's a good woman, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, but now you look at you, slim down like what? That damn near was what? When y'all get married? What day was
that? That was 2000. That was 20, right?
You better know your anniversary, boy. You better know your own. Right, okay.
2020. Yeah.
Okay. June 6th, and this is what? This is like yesterday.
Well, depending on the post, it's not that long ago.
Right. No,
not that long ago.
I get that. No, man. Look at, and you sweating too. You putting that work in, man.
I'm putting in work, man. I'm up to 5 miles a day.
Really? On the treadmill?
Yeah, on the treadmill.
You change your diet, your food too?
Yeah. Everything.
That's hard, man. That's
everything.
I tell people it's a lifestyle, right?
It is.
It really is. If you're trying to go on
is.
a diet, like I'm gonna try to lose weight for the next 20, 30 days. Nah, your mindset got to be like, let me do slowly.
Yeah.
Like I told somebody one time with cigarettes, I don't know if it's correct, but if cigarettes got 20 cigarettes in the pack. Take 2 of them, break them out, and smoke the 18. When you're done with that, the next pack, take 4 and break them out and smoke 16. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, because if you think you won't stop but throwing a pack of cigarettes away, once you smoke one, you're like, I gotta be back on it again. You feel what I'm saying?
You gotta wing yourself off.
Basically, wing yourself
everybody
off.
can't do cold turkey.
What? Well, no, let's go back. You talking about? Let's go back. Damn that picture. You did some kind of turkey in this one.
No,
okay,
but see, the thing is that I started. Oh no, a whole lot of turkey.
Yeah, okay.
A whole lot of everything.
Sandwiches. Okay.
Yeah, a whole lot of
So I'm gonna
sandwiches.
ask you, what did you eat to get to this one?
That was Ben and Jerry's.
Okay.
That was all types
That's
of
rich
snacks.
nigga shit right there.
That was
Okay, that's rich nigga shit. That's married life. Okay. For all y'all looking, to the left is rich nigga shit.
That's rich nigga shit.
And to the right is married life. So what you want, rich nigga shit, or you want delicious nigga? Okay. Because he ate everything that was delicious in this one, and he ate delicious in this one.
No.
Okay. I'm fucking with you. I'm like, well, what you about to
See,
say?
I eating delicious, didn't me?
Yeah, all right, brother. I need a little delicious in my life and shit, okay? I got some sour puss. Damn that. Okay. All right. So this ain't the only picture we went. Okay, we creeped on that one. Now this one here, come on, brother. Did you come out of jail that day, nigga? That like 1982,
Yeah,
nigga.
that
okay?
was the outfit.
92.
That was the outfit I threw on, and we just taking photos in the house. I just wanted to take a couple of photos.
You're a New York dude. Got the Timbs on
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
Timbs.
Okay. You got that. Damn it, hold on. Can we move to the next picture? Jesus Christ. Can we go to the picture? This is, sorry, little technical difficulties,
That's fine, it happens.
We need 8 million in this bitch. But okay, so okay, we got the swag on. We got that, we got the 1993, 97 swag going on as well. Yeah. I ain't mad at you, brother.
I'm not a young buck.
There you go. You can't tell with the boot. Well, the boot look kind of old and shit. So yeah.
I stay in my lane.
Okay. But nah, I feel you, man. Looking good though. Got the Jesus piece on it, right?
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, straight New York. I love it, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to another picture right here. We got. Damn. Now here we go with this. Ooh, look at the boy. You lucky boy. You a lucky motherfucker. All right. You look like you lost it. Like you don't belong in this picture. Like you just popped in, took a picture. All right. Can I stand next to y'all? And she's like, all right. Wait, brother. Shit.
Uh-huh.
Is this Peter? Is that
No, that's not Peter. That's her new boyfriend.
Oh, her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, she look at Nene, boy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, look at that. But now look at you.
Yeah.
Man, you're a lucky brother, boy.
Yeah,
man.
it, man.
And she's a good person. That's what I like. We joke physically she's fine as hell, but the fact I saw on TV, she's a good person. I feel she's a good match for you now. Now I'm hearing and I've heard them. She wants you to bring back that thing in the bed. You acting like you want to be romantic. What's up with that, man? She said she want the old school you, man.
No. That's old. That's
old.
That's old.
So now you're doing okay.
That's couples retreat stuff, man.
Okay.
That's old.
So now you can
there's
give
videos that's popped up after that.
Okay.
Where it gets cleared up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got some hating females, so you don't even bring that up. Okay, from doing research and shit.
It's all good. See, the thing was that when that was done on couples retreat,
Right.
it went a little haywire.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to go that way.
Right.
That wasn't what's supposed to happen.
Reality show, they do what they do.
I took it.
Took the L.
I took it.
Yeah, you took it. All right, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Because I'd acted a fool. I'm like, fuck that. I'm banging your back out tonight in front of everybody. Like, calm down.
But there's other videos that resurface on Instagram where, she clears a lot of stuff up.
See, all right, that's good.
All
right, so look, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on. But before everybody leaves on my show, we do a thing called spin the wheel, brother. I bring the wheel. Yeah, I bring the wheel out, and we ask, if it lands on a couple things, you got to kind of, do what they say. So let me talk about a couple of things. One is trading places. Who would you trade places with, and why? If it lands on that, who do you think you would trade places with and why? I know you live a beautiful life right now, but just saying, I know.
I mean, if I'm gonna trade places with somebody, it gotta be.
Hold on. If it land on that, if it don't land on it, don't matter. You gotta read from our sexual passage book. We got a book that has some sexual passage. You gotta read it. We might tell us how you lost your virginity. If you remember that. Okay. Don't tell me no prison story.
Nah,
but all right. I know. A celebrity crush. If you had a crush on a celebrity, you're married to a celebrity. If you were an actor, I'm gonna put you as an actor. If you had to pick the phone up and act like you were talking to a celebrity, you had a crush on them, and you wanted her to come to your crib, how your macking skills would be, or you coming to her crib to get some busy on. We know you got delicious, and we know you're an actor. That's the name we put you in act. So it would be that. Spin the wheel again. We got a little money for you. I ain't gonna pull that. I ain't gonna pull our money out, brother. What you're not gonna do is laugh at us. A real secret you have. And let me see what we got. Oh, the biggest lie you ever told. So you can tell any story you just told us in the last hour. Replay that motherfucker again. I don't know how much truth it is. So you spin it, and whatever it land on, we do. So we get a drum roll. Y'all ready for the drum roll for my man? So give a good New York spin to it. Let's go. Yeah, man, spin. That's a New York spin. All right, let's go. And we got.
Sexual Passage from a book.
Oh yeah, from our book. Do we have a book? Do we have our sexual passage book? What? Oh damn, we ain't got the book. Ain't that about a bullshit? Okay, we're gonna play it off. We're gonna play it off. All right, spin the book, spin the wheel. We're gonna have to spin it, still spinning, and go. Oh yeah, yeah.
Lost virginity.
Damn. Oh shit. Oh shit. You got 2 minutes to tell us the story of how you lost your virginity.
All right.
You know, be as detailed as you want. Have fun with it.
13 years old.
Damn.
I lived in the projects in the Bronx.
Okay.
And we got this thing called Pebble Beach, was the rooftop.
Okay, right. Makes sense.
So me and little young.
But what? Who was she around the neighborhood? Was she a girl you were dating?
She was a girl I was dating.
You were dating. Now you're 13 years. How old was she?
Same age. She
Same
might
age,
have been a
13?
year older than me though.
Okay.
At that time, it was always girls I dated that was a year older than me and
Right,
stuff like that.
right. You can always tell she was older. She had a little hair down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little. You had about 2 pews. Bing bang.
Yeah.
Like a guitar. Bing bang.
I had a full length goose down coat. So
What?
I laid it on the floor.
Nice. Now on the Pebble Beach.
On Pebble Beach.
On the
Yeah, on the
sunset,
Pebble
right.
Beach.
Right.
You know, it was comfy and.
So
laid on
it was
there.
at night. It was at night.
Yeah, it was at nighttime.
It was at night. So
Yeah, it was at nighttime.
how'd you get her to go? This was
Oh
your
no,
first time?
she
She was down for it.
Yeah, she was down for it.
She was down for it more than you were.
Probably was. I tell
Did you know you were gonna lose your virginity when you went upstairs?
Nah, I didn't know I was gonna do that.
You thought you were gonna just look at
Go
pigeons
there.
just like Mike
No,
Tyson?
go up there and kiss. You know, fill up a little bit.
Okay, what you been doing?
Yeah,
Right.
and then it just went a little extra.
So did you initiate the extra, or did she like grab your pants and like come
No,
on,
I
New
think I
York?
might have initiated.
Oh, you
some of it,
okay?
Because at the time, I had a couple of friends that were a little bit older than me, so they would school me like, "Yo, keep this condom with you."
Right.
Just
Condom.
in case.
What's condom? Okay. What's that?
Nah, I mean,
Raw dog, nigga. Raw dog. That ain't even like that, nigga.
I was afraid of having babies at that time.
Right,
I didn't want to have no
yeah,
babies at 12 or 13.
Just bounce like I did. I know your face. Nah, I fuck with you.
Clean that up.
Right.
Clean up in aisle 6.
Right. Oh, this guy's worse than me. Come on, bro. So okay. So you went up there. Y'all was getting in. You put the mink coat down and shit.
Put the coat down, laid it down.
Right.
You know the pants and the undergarments only go down to your ankles.
Right,
you don't never take them all the way off.
Okay, a real player. Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a
And
Dutch,
that's-
Now that was 80. I had to be like 88.
Yeah.
Rakim was playing around that time. Microphone feed.
Yeah.
That was some real hip hop right there.
Oh yeah, that was some real hip hop.
EPMD and all that.
Yeah.
Shit,
Big Daddy
come
Kane.
on. Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top
KRS-One, Boogie Down Production. Okay. I'm trying to get the feel of New York at that time.
In the Bronx.
And this was in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cedric Houses on 174th and University.
Okay.
Building 1535.
Okay. How many stories was that building?
14.
14. So you took
floors.
it to the top of the 14th.
Took it to the top.
Ooh-wee. As you were stroking, was you looking around like I did the first time?
Nah, I wasn't. I was focused.
What? So you a cold
No,
player.
you do look. No, you do look. Once in a while, you look down the steps, make sure nobody coming,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of
But you
dudes
the
that
only one coming.
Well, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right about that.
There's only
At
one
that
person
time,
coming.
yeah, I was. But there's some other people lived in my building, so people always in the staircase.
Okay.
So you hear.
Right.
Be quiet, look around.
Right.
All right, we good.
Did you think you did a good job?
I mean, hell no. I'm 14 years old. I'm just
You hit the
trying
wrong spots and booty
trying-
holes,
yeah,
thighs,
mixing shit,
yeah.
you know,
That ain't
That's
it.
not it.
Yeah. Well, first time I lost mine, girl had to grab my shit. No, this is where you need to go in. I'm poking all in the hair and shit. I'm like, this is tight to the mouth. This ain't right for me. I'm all in the hair. She's like, no.
But when I got older, you deal with older girls. They.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you what to do.
Oh, right. Was that when you lost your virginity to her? Did you do it again? Did y'all do it some more time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your girl for a
No,
while.
that was my girlfriend for a little bit.
Nice. Have you ever talked to her? You know?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Damn.
After that was it.
Okay. You
that
bounced.
was it,
Okay.
yeah.
After you got a little older, we moved on. Especially then a year later, the situation happened. So you really,
so I was gone.
Well,
so
that's
it
okay.
never-
All right. So
never
Raymond
rekindled.
Santana lost his virginity on top of a 14-story building in the Bronx.
Yeah.
It is what it is, brother.
It is what it is.
Hey man, before you leave, what we like to do, man, because I appreciate you coming. Like I like to give you, we got a swag bag, okay?
Okay.
Every gift, every podcast don't give you no gifts now, nigga.
No doubt.
You've been on a couple podcasts,
I did
right?
a lot of podcasts.
Okay, so we out here like to give you a little something, show you appreciation you coming. Pull out the stuff, look at it, and we'll talk about it when you pull it out. Oh, man, you got the best
I
right
always
there,
gotta get
brother.
the t-shirt first.
What?
Ooh, yeah,
Come on, man. Come on, red, black, and green.
Yeah.
It's extra large. Well, I need to give you.
No, that's good.
Okay.
extra large.
Okay, extra large. Okay.
This is good.
I saw one of the pictures and shit. I said right now
no,
you
this
might
is
be on
good.
that one. Okay.
I'm a large, but this
Okay,
is good.
there it is. Okay, cool. What else you got in there? Read what it
else you got
is.
in there?
Oh.
Oh, we got the beads.
Yeah. Read what it is. Yeah.
Celestial Goddess beads.
Celestial Goddess. Yeah. I think she gave you two. One for you and one for Delicious. That's
Okay.
yours. Come on, for your wifey, man. And
okay.
look, and I'm saying it, these ain't bullshit beads now. These ain't no cheap beads, bro. Okay, these are real heavy beads. They got some weight on it, okay?
Yeah.
And I know how freaky you are. You can't put them in the booty now. And I'm for your wrist and shit, okay?
Let me check. Yeah, a little small, you're right.
A little small, damn. Damn, okay, what else we got in that joint?
We got the book in here.
Come on, bro, that's my book, man. What do it say? What that book
My
say?
100 homies and phonies of Hollywood.
It's 100 celebrities that I met that was in Hollywood, man, who was cool, who was crazy and stuff like that. Just my journey of being in Hollywood for 11 years, man.
I like that.
I talk about whoever, and it's funny. It has like an index, so each, you can read whoever you want to read them. You look at it, you can read it, and I autograph it for you, man.
You got Mike Tyson,
book.
you got The Rock in there.
Come on, man. I got The Rock, I met, Rock, Eminem. Who's that, the one right there,
Chris Rock?
With the Adam's apple, the lady with the Adam's apple, up top where your thumb is. Who they look like?
This look like Wendy Williams?
That's him, yeah. I tell you. You get that on Amazon too, my book on Amazon. Yeah, look at that, man. Oh, got some, come on, man, got some, who's that by?
Lemon and Lavender?
Or is it on there with the girl's name?
So
what is it?
From
Okay.
Tell Shavonna.
From Shavonna, yeah, tell
This is
Shavonna.
for delicious, I bet you.
Well,
right?
probably is. I hope it is. Ain't nothing worse than man trying to lotion his leaves.
Exactly. All natural goat milk.
Goat
and
milk.
Honey.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this for delicious.
So there it is for delicious, man. Bro, I truly appreciate Raymond for you coming on, bro.
Thank you.
I really do, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you do some other podcasts, but you came on. You're a man of your word. You came on. I applaud you for staying through with your experience and coming through, man. And rising, brother, for real, man. You could have turned another way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After you could have been bitter, you could have, but the fact you're still trying to fight for people, man, for young brothers and Latino, whatever, people of color that are, getting railroaded in situations, man, I really, really respect that. Give a shout out to your email or whatever, or Instagram situation.
Santana Raymond. And also Twitter, Facebook is the same thing, Santana Raymond.
Okay, again, man, I appreciate it, bro. You elevated my show. And I got a political, a martyr, or
that's right,
or some better than this regular ass comedian nigga and some shit. I'm political now. Okay, I'm ready for CNN. I'm ready to sit down with whoever. What's the gay guy on CNN?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, man.
That's
Anderson
my boy
Cooper
right there, man.
That's right. Hey,
Anderson
Anderson. Hi, Anderson.
Yeah,
I like Anderson Cooper and shit. All right, man. Again, Raymond, thank you so much for coming through, y'all.
Man.
Yo, I appreciate y'all watching Pierre's Panic Room. This episode was dope, fly. I hope you learned something, man. Good brother, man. Please follow him and support him, man. And thank y'all for supporting my channel, man. Pierre's Panic Room. We do it every week, man. Thank y'all for coming through. And I will holler at y'all later. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. All right? Boom. All right, y'all. Peace.
You got it right on that one.
Okay, all right. If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.